today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Carolina Panthers versus Blaine Gabbert and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Carolina's offense ready for its first possession, and at the helm, their new QB brought in via trade this offseason. His 5th year now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Baker Mayfield.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 10 carries, 51 yards.
And simply put, partner, we're witnessing one of the best offensive players in the league so far this season. What he's been doing has him second in rushing across the NFL, and the top spot is clearly in sight. He's confident. His blockers are confident. He's having a heck of a year.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback, the former Missouri Tiger, Blaine Gabbert.
When he was drafted 10th overall out of Missouri, he looked like a franchise quarterback, but hasn't been able to build up much of a resume. Served as a backup for most of his career. He does have a ring backing up Tom Brady, and that's always a good thing. There's a good chance he might have picked up some tips from the future Hall of Famer as well.
Gabbert now to throw on 1st down. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And some space here. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Evans has it left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina, and they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big pickup there on the run. 40 yards on the ground. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. 30, 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough, a rematch of Super Bowl.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Mayfield on 1st down.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On second down, McCaffrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
To throw, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On the draw, this is Fournette.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A first down throw for Gabbert. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Gabbert.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
Touchdown!
Leonard Fournette.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mayfield.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So we reach halftime in what's been the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
First down, Gabbard. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 6 yards left on second down.
Up the gut, Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Fournette really solidified his place with the Bucs last season. He ran for over 800 yards and 8 touchdowns and caught an impressive 69 passes. Tampa made sure he stuck around, too, giving him a new 3-year contract.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
On the jet sweep, this is Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Gabbard. He completes it to Julio Jones.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal.
They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Mayfield on play action. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
From the gun, Mayfield.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Finding room at midfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll set up to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's a give to Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run it again with Fournette. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually. Right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Gabbert. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Second down, back to Fournette.
And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point put through by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Levante David. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, CD, you understand what they were thinking there, obviously. They're down big, just looking for anything to grasp onto. But what happens is they throw the pick six, the lead gets even bigger, and that kind of feels like the exclamation mark on a very impressive victory here.
And that's where you can see things really start to snowball, right? A lot of mistakes being made. They're down big. Now they're trying to get back into it. That gives those defenders more opportunities to take advantage of even more errant throws and extend this big lead.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Oh, throwing here, Gabbard. And this one caught by Cameron Brate.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bucs, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.